to that, because it strikes me there's actually quite an important issue in there, which Sasha picked up on, which Andy picked up on, which is this idea that if we argue these things in terms of particular groups being disadvantaged, there's a risk that we fragment and that issues become divisive rather than bringing people together. What does the audience feel about that? Is it a helpful way to speak about things, to say there are particular issues for pensioners, there are particular issues for the young, there are particular issues for ethnic minorities or whoever? Or does it help to say, look, it's rich and poor, it's advantage and disadvantage, we're all in this together? What do people feel about that? Can I see some hands and we'll get you a microphone? Who'd like to come in on this? Right at the back.
I think we've started to hear things about an NHS trust not being financially viable. And the speaker down there said that things were being the wrong way around, that elderly and disabled people should be seen as a victory for the NHS, and so it should. But the language needs to change. We should be talking about the common good. We should not be talking about affordability in terms of a small business. The UK, Britain, Scotland, England, Wales, it is not about viability in financial terms, in terms of fiat currency that is absolutely worthless. And we know that the people at the top, they're like happy to live in their wee flat Discworld and exchange things between themselves. They don't give a damn if people end up in dire straits and with nowhere to live and get the police to evict them from their homes. Some of the groups have circulated their details. It would be good if some people actually contacted each other and took some measures from there on and turned up at each other's pickets and said, right, we're not going to, up with this, we shall not put. Thank you.
Hi, Bill Scott from Inclusion Scotland. We are a disabled people's organisation, and I think the question's interesting about, do we emphasise about what the losses of one group as compared to another, etc. I think you do at times. The government has chosen to demonise disabled people as scroungers and benefit cheats when it knows that 0.5% of disability living allowance claims are fraudulent claims. 0.5%. And yet, 1 in 3 disabled people on disability living allowance are to lose their benefits, or working age are to lose their benefits, because 0.5% are claiming fraudulently. So in countering the government's arguments, yeah, we sometimes have to say older people are being attacked in this way, disabled people are being attacked in that way, but you're absolutely right. We all have to get together in that fight, because it is a common fight, because the disabled person is maybe living with a non-disabled carer. The older person is maybe being looked after by a younger person. We are all in one community, and the one thing that the Labour Party had for a very long time was something I could agree with, even though it was written by a Fabian, which is not my end of socialism, was from each according to their means, to each according to their needs. And we as a society have people who have needs at different points in their lives. Some people are born with impairments and have that need all their life. Some people acquire them and need help in old age. And we as a society chose before to say, nobody in this society is going to go without their needs being met. We will have a national health service. We will have social work and care provided to people free, because it's only recently we've begun charging for it. We will do all these things because we want to live in a decent, civilised society where everybody's valued. Every single person needs to be valued. And we've gone away from that, and we need to get back to it.
Thanks, Bill.